Hi everybody, we're live. I was just trying to set up my camera and it has, I updated my phone so it has a new or StreamYard updated, has like new camera settings for your phone. So I don't know, I hope this is the right setting and that you guys can see me okay and that you can hear me. I think I have my mic in the right position. Let's do this. Hey Janet. Hey April, Mama Juju. Hi Dar. Hi Babs. Hi Diane. Good. So there's just going to be probably just one commercial and then we shouldn't have any more commercials. So hope that's okay. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Lena. Good to see you back from YouTube jail. Nice to have you back here. Hi, Jane. Hi, ho. I just wanted to show a couple of the papers I did after the stream last time. So this one I think was my favorite, this one here. And this one has extra depth because I did it on this faux finish copy paper. So this is flat paper. It's not crinkled. It's perfectly flat. And I really like how it added depth to this print. And this is treated with the alum wash, which is this one. And this is the same paper without the alum wash. So with this paper, definitely the alum wash is better. Hi, Monkey Colleen. So I just want to show you guys that as an update. Yeah, it's not crinkled. It's just, I think I got it at a thrift store because it says 75 cents on it. So this is the paper, Geo Crumpled Gray. So it's flat, like that's how it comes. It's like a faux crumple. So that was super fun. I definitely want to do more papers like that. And then these ones were all done on with the alum wash. That one, I like this style where it's not so marbly. Like I like the blobby. I think I'm more into blobby than marbly. And then I started, I did some where I mixed the colors. So I gave more of a teal and more of like a lime green, mixing the colors. I splattered on, this one is splattered soap water. And this one is splattered black sumi ink. So I thought those were kind of cool. This one is on a linen finish ivory colored paper. That's very subtle. This is the one where I mixed the colors to give more of a lime and a teal. This is music paper. This is colored paper. It's like it's a blue based natural dyed paper. And then I added more of like blues and blacks on that one. That's the same print, just on a different paper. And then this is on again, like a coffee dyed paper. So it gave it like a really nice soft look. So I just wanted to give you guys just a update on that in case you didn't see my Instagram and Facebook posts. And I'm just checking. Yeah, so I didn't do the video trying this one to compare yet. So I will do that at some point. Just haven't had a chance. And then I just wanted to show you the alum solution. It did, kind of separate, but my understanding is I could just pour warm water back in there and then it will reconstitute. So I'm going to keep that for the next time I try it. And I'll try to be more like scientific, maybe have smaller pieces of paper and write alum, non-alum to come up with maybe a catalog. Hi, Ann Lar. Hi, Candy. And the other thing is my desk paper got quite dirty, but one of the things that I liked is the little dots that I used to float the ink. When I took them out and put them onto my newsprint, I got this cool kind of, I don't know, leftover scrap paper, which I think I would use for something. Hi, Joanne. So today we're going to be using our alcohol inks on the gel plate. This is my swatches of pretty much all the alcohol inks I have, except for this other brand that doesn't fit in my tins. These Marabou alcohol inks. These ones are all metallics. I don't know if I'm crazy about these. Maybe we'll try them today, maybe we won't. But I have all my alcohol inks in these tins, these Timmy tins, Timmy Tin Tinaroo. Lucy's out of here. She's like, you're making noise. So that I cut a Yupo paper, or actually it might be photo paper. So it lives inside here. Yes, they are pretty swatches. And then this one has room for more inks. And then I also swatched some of these ones on black because they're pearlescent and whatnot. So I can just kind of put the swatch inside the lid like that when I'm choosing my colors. And then I try to put it back in the right spot. So I'll just move those over there. Now, two things I want to say very specifically about alcohol inks is that number one, try to work in a well-ventilated area. Okay. Windows open. I can't have the windows open because it's winter. And the other thing is that never spray the alcohol ink or the blender solution that they sell with it. I didn't pull the blender solution because the alcohol inks from Ranger and the blending solution from Ranger has resins in it. And if you spray it, it could get in your lungs, which is not good for your lungs. You don't want plastic in your lungs, right? But I do spray with just straight alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. This container no longer has 70%. It has like 90%. Do you guys want me to bring you closer? The other warning I have is that alcohol inks will stain your jelly plate very yellow. So today I'm only using my yellow plates that are already stained yellow. I'm using my 8x10 yellow plate, and the other plates I'm trying to reserve to try to keep them somewhat non-yellow. And then that, apparently I stored that with a pull on it. And then I also have this 4-inch round that's pretty yellow, so we might use that today. Debbie Epps says that Marabou are harder to move, in her opinion. And her opinion is very valuable because most of what I learned about alcohol inks on Yupo, I learned from Debbie Epps. She's an amazing artist. Check out her YouTube. She just recently got back to doing lives. So that's the 3 plates we're going to use today. Yes, Barbara. They call me Mellow Yellow. Thanks for coming, everybody. Diane says she has some Bria Reese inks and she hasn't used them yet. What else? Did I miss anybody? Again, I don't have access to all messages for some reason on my iPad. Just on my streams. On everybody else's streams, I have access. Oh, I wanted to show with the leftover Sumi ink, I made some painty papers just with a paintbrush because I don't like to waste things. So these are some of the papers I made. Actually, I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer, I think. So just random mark making. So these papers would be fun for collage. This paper's pretty big. So I had lots of ink left over. And that. So this is just on sketch paper, like white sketch paper, most of it. Yeah. And this is on, I think it's Carnival Wet Strength or tracing paper. I'm not sure. Debbie says that Ranger are her favorite inks and Pinata are highly pigmented. Great if you like color, like strong colors. I have mostly Ranger, like I said. I do have a couple Pinata because I do prefer their metallics over the Ranger metallics. So I have the rich gold and the copper. So these are my favorite metallics. I don't feel that these are as pigmented as the Pinata ones for metallics. With the metallics and the pearlescent, you have to shake them until you hear the ball to really move that pigment around. Who came in? Oh, hi, Rosemary. Hi, Mariah. Hi, Pam. Excellent. The other thing I want to run by you guys is in the new year. So on New Year's Day, I'm streaming at 3 o'clock Eastern instead of 2:30 as part of the streamathon that Raul is organizing. I think Miriam's organizing it as well. I'm going to use stencils and stamps. I'm going to grab those out in a second. But what I want to ask is, would you guys be okay? I mean, I'm thinking of changing my stream time in 2025 to 3 o'clock instead of 2:30. I just think half hour is kind of hard to remember, and it'll give me a bit more time to get things done beforehand, like take Lucy for a walk or to figure out what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to stream in 2025. I'm going to start streaming at 3 o'clock Eastern. And then I'll have it'll be easier for me to remember when I'm finishing, because last week I said, oh, I'm running over, but I wasn't. Like, I just can't, with the time change, I just get so confused on the half hour. Yeah. So Okay, Janet, here's the deal. 3 p.m. Wednesdays, Eastern, 2025. Be there or be square. L7. Do you have to remember that? L7. Okay, so I thought I would use these stencils, these PM Artist Studio stencils. So I've got, and these are all my designs. So Suspension and I haven't used that one in a while. I might use this one here, which is Wonky Blocks. And these are all 8x10s. And the other one I might use is this Lucky Loops, because I think the open spaces will be cool to stamp in and off of with the alcohol inks. So we might start with this one. And then I have a project we may or may not get to. So I kept thinking alcohol inks. I kept thinking making stars. And I looked up some videos. I will link... For this thing, I will link the person that I got this from. I'm sure you guys all know how to do these. You guys are all very crafty. I'm not as, in terms of these kind of crafts, I'm a little bit delayed perhaps. So this is like the little star. And then this one I glued on this embellishment from Stamping Up, and this little wax seal that I made. And then I thought, would this work in a tracing paper? Like, would the tracing paper be stiff enough to do the star? Because I thought that might look cool with alcohol inks, because maybe it could be see-through and you could like put it up against the window and have the light come through. I don't know. So that's why I picked the stencils I did, because I thought wintry sort of fragments, hence my thumbnail with the winter scene that I took when I took Lucy out for a walk. And my fragmented glass would be a good one to do this with. I don't have it yet though, especially with the mail strike. So speaking of the mail strike, I have not been able to mail my Happy Mail prizes from, like, was it October? So whenever, just like the day the strike started is when I was ready to mail the Happy Mail. So it did not go out. Hi, Vale. So how is the lighting? Is it okay? Is it too, if I do that, is that a little bit less glary? Let's see. It's less glary, but it's a little bit, maybe we'll just do like level 1. Yes, it's been a month. That's right. It's been exactly a month. They're still in talks. So yeah, there's that.
Okay, so there's a few ways, there's lots of ways to do alcohol inks on the gel plate. You can start with your stencil on there and put your alcohol ink, pull it, and then pick it up with paint. Quite often I like to put paint or alcohol ink down first and then put my stencil on. So this one feels very stained glass to me. So I feel like starting with black and then lifting it up and then adding the alcohol inks. And then I actually grabbed out more of my Stampin' Up stamps to maybe use through there. I thought maybe some scripting would be good. I don't know. Yeah, Dee Dee said her post office isn't taking any Canadian mail until the strike is over. So I don't think this first one we're going to do is, I don't think it's going to become one of those stars. I just want to try it with the black. I should put a paper under here. I want to try it with the black just to see how we like it. There's like my mind, like I go from not having an idea to my mind being like over stimulated with ideas. Which reminds me, Dee Dee, you were asking about aphantasia. I will, if I remember, actually I'm going to write it down so I do remember. I'm going to link the video I did about aphantasia. And below the description in that video, there is more videos about it. Oops, I misspelled it. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I was trying to talk and write at the same time. So it's called aphantasia, where your brain, you can't visualize things. You can imagine things and think of things, but I can't make a visual picture of anything. So I always struggled when, you know, at Sesame Street, they talked about, well, just count sheep. Just imagine the sheep jumping over the fence in your mind and you'll fall asleep. And I'm like, I don't see any sheep. Like I can count to 10, but I don't physically see sheep, but I can imagine sheep, but I don't see them. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so we're going to just do a little warm up, easy peasy print. Put that on there, and then we're going to pick it up with something. Just some copy paper. I'm just going to use some copy paper. Hi, Heather. Rosettes, the Swedish cookie. Oh, this has a rosettes feel to it. I didn't know. I don't know that Swedish cookie. Do they have that cookie at IKEA? That's where I'll get all my Swedish foods, or all my Swedish food knowledge. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, so that's fine and dandy. Now I'm going to leave the stencil on here, and I'm going to start just going crazy with the alcohol inks. And I don't know. This is currant. So I'm just going to throw a bunch on here. So that's currant. Let's throw wild plum. This one I'm getting low on, actually. Now sometimes the resin gets the lid stuck. Hi, Colleen. So I use this handy dandy tube opener. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So it just gives me a bit more leverage to get that open. Hi, Becky. maybe some yellow. Now I have to warn you, I feel like I might sneeze. I feel a sneeze coming on. Let's do some yellow. So this is sunshine yellow. I'm going to stick with this one. I think I'm going to stick with kind of somewhat analogous colors to not have mud. So we'll do like oranges, pinks, and yellow. Cranberry, that's good for the season. Hi, Margie. Okay, so you can see like I don't have full coverage here, so we're going to just take a pause and we're going to spray it with just some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to brayer it around just to kind of, now I'm not going straight across, I'm trying to like be a bit random so I don't mix the colors too much, and then every so often I'll just kind of brayer it off, and then we're going to add some more colors. Oh, something's going, I think my jars are, okay. Now remember, this plate is yellow underneath, so it's hard to see the colors. All right, so now I'm just going to sprinkle some more on here. So some yellow. It's going to do the same colors. And this is the cranberry. Janet, did you hear that? This is cranberry. I know you love cranberries. Do you want to draw a cranberry? Oops, that one almost fell off. And then, oh, see, I should be wearing gloves. And then this is the, what's it, wild plum again. Hi, Marta. Thanks for coming, everybody. I was just mentioning at, I think it was at Janet's stream, that I have not taken out any Christmas decorations. I just, it's still all in the storage room. So, current. Just going to try to fill in the spots that maybe don't have any. And we're going to pull this with, I think we'll pull it with a gold. So wherever there isn't some alcohol ink, we'll have a little bit of gold showing through. So it does spread by itself. You don't need to spread it. I just want to add a little bit of interest so that it's not like totally even. That's looking a little too brown there. Hi, Zen Jen. Jen, Dee Dee was asking about aphantasia, and I know you mentioned that you have it as well, and I'm wondering, did you get a chance to watch my video on it? I would really, if you want to message me your thoughts on it, I would really be interested, because I think everybody probably has a different experience of it. Let's add a little bit of this watermelon color. So these inks, you don't have to actually shake them. It's just the pearlescent or the metallic ones that you have to shake. So I'm being a little less willy-nilly and a bit more intentional. So now we're going to let that dry before we pull up the stencil. And I have used alcohol inks on the gel plate quite frequently. So I see one spot I want to put a bit more of the watermelon. I think I sent you a link, Jen, on Instagram, maybe? I don't remember. Okay, I'm going to move that aside, and I'm going to just wipe my hands. And I'm just going to move that over here. Oh, I talked about, oh, you know what? Let's do that. I forgot. I want to do, oh, we have to wait for it to dry. Uh-oh, that kind of bent. I'm going to, once it's dry, I'm going to do some alcohol lift ink. This lift ink with, I think, what do you guys think? The scripting or the music for this one? Hi, Apple. Yes, Apple has it as well. So Apple and Jen know what I'm talking about. I did see your comments, Apple. Yes. What do you guys want me to do on this one once it's dry? Do you want the scripting, which is French scripting, which will be backwards when we pull it, but that doesn't matter, and the music? We got one for script and one for music. Music, two for music. Script, oh, it's tied. Another music. Okay, we'll probably do music. Ah, they just totally fell. Okay. Excuse me. Actually, this is a good example. When I did my room tour, I talked about how I use my Stampin' Up to house different stamps. So some of these were actually on wood blocks. So I removed them from the wood blocks and I stored them all together in this one that was just for the music. So I have 3 in here. So I have on the side, I wrote what is in here, and then on the back, I put a couple stamps. Okay, so I'll put the music on the top of that pile. And this is almost dry. I can use my little blower here, my Tim Holtz blower. It moves the ink, but it also dries it a bit. That's pretty good. What if we stamp off onto this piece? So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to ink up the front, the top half. And I don't know that I want to have it all, because it's going to be backwards too, right? Hides the heat gun. Yeah. I'm not brave like you, Dee Dee. I'm not brave enough to put my heat gun. I'm going to use a different part of the stamp now. And I'll hold it up in a minute. I think we'll go different directions. And I'm also stamping off on some paper. Let's do. And Diane found a small battery operated fan that dries the gel plate nicely. That's good. I do have like a little travel hair dryer that I could use, but then I'd have to plug it in and yada, yada, yada. I think we're almost there. Heather also found a little fan on Amazon that is rechargeable with a USB. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more up there. And here. So I'm pressing quite hard. And then I'll just use a baby wipe to wipe this. And then I would probably spray it with the alcohol and then wipe it again in case I don't use it again. Just to get all that ink off. Okay, so put that there. So that's actually probably ready to pull the stencil off. And because I put black paint down first, I think we get kind of a stained glass sort of effect. Now I'm going to do something with this in a minute, but I'm just going to put it aside because you can always reactivate the alcohol inks. So I'm going to pick this up with white, but I'm going to use gold. I'm going to use gold paint. Let's use this iridescent gold. Okay, actually I have to move this over here because it's in my brayer zone. I'm going to move that. Okay, let's do this. So this is very simple. Well, pretty simple. I mean, we did do a couple different techniques on here. You can just throw your alcohol ink on your gel plate and kind of smush it around and then let it dry and then pick it up with paint. You can do that if you want to just make some collage papers. Now keep in mind, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that alcohol inks are actually archive. Like, I don't think they're light fast. Like I know Copics aren't light fast, so I assume alcohol inks aren't either. All right, so can have a good rub dub dub. Okay, and then while that's drying, I'm just going to move it over here. While that's drying, you can actually take some tissue paper. So I got this gold tissue paper. And you can actually put this here. I should probably put something under it though. I'll get some paper. So I've been working on my Lucy costume stamp. I'm quite happy with it. I've got several images on a paper and I went to my friend's house, Linda Gibbs, that I mentioned before. She sells Stampin' Up! And I went to her place and she cut them for me on her brother's scan and cut. And I have to say, it was pretty sweet. Even my husband said, "How much is that machine? Maybe you should get one." I was like, well, I've thought about it. Okay. Yeah, Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Kristen agrees that they're fugitive. Debbie says you can use a light seal spray to help preserve. Yeah, maybe like the Krylon UV spray. That would probably work. So now I'm just going to spray my stencil, but I'm going to lift it up over here because I don't want to spray onto here. So I'm just going to lift this up. I'm going to spray it over here off camera in the air. Put it back down. And I put this shiny side down on top of it. And I'm going to just spread it like that. And then you can spray more to really get it to contact. And then usually that will release the alcohol ink from the stencil. I'm just going to pat it down with a baby wipe. So I used the side that had the top side. I put that top side up so that the ink would be on the top. I feel like that should come through a bit more. So sometimes you have to be a little bit patient, which I have a trouble with. Yes, a very light mist, but multiple times with the UV spray. Okay, so that's pretty good. I should probably be wearing gloves today. I have my, as some of you know, I have my tap dancing class tonight, and often I go there with super grungy hands. Okay, I'm going to spray it a bit more to try to get it to release. I hope it, oh, it ripped there. Darn it. That's the risk with the tissue paper. But I wanted to do the gold paper. I just really wanted to. So we almost got a full pull. There we go. We saved it. So you let that dry, and then presto, you have a gold tissue collage paper. And then you can actually put it again here, ink side up, and you can do a rub off. I like getting the stencil outlines. It's kind of fun. But you can do rub off too. This is one of the rare times you see me cleaning my stencils, is when I use alcohol inks. I don't like to waste the product. So, and then we can add layers on that. So I'm going to put that loopy thing away. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we've got our one that we're going to pull. So we have 3 painty papers from that. This one I will probably wipe off some other stencils. Could put it on there, could offset it. So many options. So I'm going to put that over here to dry. But we might use that other section again. Hi, Jackie. Will we hear some tap before I leave? Maybe. If you stick around to the very end. No, probably not. All right, so this looks lovely, I must say. So you have a little bit of that music peeking through. Just gonna, I find the alcohol inks look so luminous. So that's our first print. Ha-cha-cha. Okay, so that's print number 1. And the paper on this, I just used the Hammermill 32-pound premium color copy. So I like that. All right, that's print numero 1. We still have this to pick up. Why don't we do, instead of putting paint first, let's put the stencil first. And then we already have some like music stuff in there. Push it down. And then we'll add, so we've got where the stencil is open and the alcohol ink is, it's actually gonna smush. Maybe I should, let's do a pickup first so we don't lose all that yumminess. Let's just do, and we got this extra paint on here too. Let's just do a gold. Do I have old prints I can show? A lot of my prints I have in a drawer or in a journal, so it won't really show. So they haven't really faded. I do have, I'll check on my, whatchamacallit, on my shelf there, if there's anything there that's alcohol inks. Hi, Dana. Hi, Deb. Deb's coming in hot and late. Were you at yoga class? I'm just gonna have a little sip of water. It's warm in here today. Let me see if I have an example. The only thing I have is this shoe that we did probably a year ago, but it has not been out in daylight all the time. I just recently put it back out again. So this is alcohol inks picked up with gold. So I don't know that it has faded much because it hasn't been out that long. My plan was to finish the edges, the top edge and the bottom edge are finished. My plan was to finish the sides, which I haven't done yet, and then spray it with a UV sealant. So we did that. I don't know. Let me put a link to when that was done. But you can also make your print. You can scan it or take a photo of it and put it in your computer and print it. Use it as a card. I've done that. So I was gonna write down. I'm gonna link the video. Aphantasia. I do have some other alcohol ink videos and streams that I will try to link to this one. And what was the other one I said? The shoe. We'll try to link that one. I don't know where to put this sticky so I don't lose it. Here, I'll put it on my light. All right. So there's our little, our pull-off print. That might make a cute little star ornament too. All right, so let's do this. This time we're not going to put any paint down first. We're going to just throw on some alcohol ink. And I'm feeling like blues and greens this time. Okay, this one's stuck again, but then I used my little handy dandy tube opener. Give it a good squeeze, and then that breaks the resin that is sort of sticking it down. So to repeat, never spray alcohol ink. Don't put it in a sprayer. Don't spray blending solution, because those two things have resin in them, and that's not good for your lungs. This is citrus. This one is patina. Hi, Marcia. Oh, welcome from San Diego. So I'm just going to do those two colors to start. I'm going to do a little brayer to get more coverage, and then we'll add some more colors. This is going to be our green and blue one. Although it looks like there might have been some ink on there. Is the sound still okay? How about some cobalt? A nice deep blue. So a bit of cobalt. And then we can always use this little, this is a Tim Holtz blower thingamajiggy. And let's do this Everglades is a nice green. So I'm looking at my swatch that I have in here. And right now I'm not using any golds because I want to pick this up with gold again, or a metallic. That's Everglades. We can do a little spray and then a little blowy. This one might be cool to pick up with the do I want to pick it up with this blue-green iridescent? That might be cool. And let's do a little bit more citrus. And the other thing I had mentioned earlier was that make sure you have good ventilation when you're working with alcohol inks. And let's do a little bit more of the patina. It's a pretty color. And since we're going to pick it up with this, we could use a bit of the Pinata Gold. Let's do that. So that's my favorite gold alcohol ink. I'm going to give it a good shake. Thanks, Dar. Thanks, Mariah. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Is it booty or groove thing? I think it's groove thing. I just made up a new song. Shake your booty. Is it shake your booty or shake your groove thing? No, I think it's shake your groove thing is shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing. Show them how you do it now. Da, 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 da. Okay, so that's pretty good. We might try to make this into one of those star elements. So we'll pick this one up with tracing paper. I think I have one. Yeah, that's a good size. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll pick up our stencil. Shake a pudding. Shake a booty. So we're gonna use that, so I can't forget. So that's the 4 colors we used for this one: the cobalt, the everglades, the citrus, and the patina. Now you don't need this many inks. Like really, you could just choose 1 yellow, 1 orange, 1 red, 1 pink, a couple blues, and a couple greens. Did I say purple? So if you want to screenshot, if you're trying to choose what inks to get, you can screenshot that. That's my ink collection. And then this is my other one, which is the, I guess, amethyst and flamingo. I just didn't have room in that palette for. So those 2 are regular inks. Then I got some more neutrals. Is this Dijon? Is it Grey Poupon? Where's the Dijon? Honeycomb. I don't see honeycomb on. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. I think some of these are not pearlescent. Yeah, Dijon. It's more like an ochre ember. I haven't used that. That's a cool color. I forgot about these. And then these are more the, where is it? The iridescent and the metallics. I don't think I did them in the same spots that they are on here. Deception. Ooh, that sounds fun. We should use some of these on our next print. Okay, so is that pretty dry? Now, do we want to, I don't think I want to stamp off on this one because the holes, like the openings aren't as big. Yeah, so as Debbie mentioned, they do have trio packages. They also have like a, I think they have like a bigger pack too. I know Pinata has a bigger pack. Okay, that's not quite dry yet, so we're going to let that sit. Let's start another one here. Shall we do, let's do the stencil without the, I can't decide. I'm thinking, do I want to put paint under this one? I don't remember. I don't know. I think I won't. I'll just do it the same way. So let's do some purples and blues on this one. Oh, but we wanted to do some of those pearlescent. So let's do this celestial. It's a light blue, the celestial here. We could do this enchanted. This one is called Eye of something. What's it called? Suspension in Eye. And I feel like the, I have a stencil called Fragmented Glass. I think this would be fun as well, but I don't have it yet, so I can't show you it. And then I'm actually going to brayer that right away to get it into those openings. It's not, yeah, let's use a carrier. Let's use this mermaid. Yeah, metallics look great on black, either a black pickup or on a black paper. There we go. So this one, we could pick it up with a darker color maybe. I don't know if I want to go too black. Okay, so let's put the Celestial on here. And then we'll do the pink. This blue is a little bit greeny blue, so it might get it a bit muddy. But I do like the Enchanted. I think this one I'm almost out of. You hear that? It's like, I don't know if there's any, I don't think we can use that one. Let's use Mineral or Smolder. Let's use Smolder, this one here. It's more of a greeny blue. And then we'll throw in some what am I thinking? Throw some purples anyhow, even though we got green in there. I'll allow it, Becky. YouTube hid your comment, you naughty girl. So you do use a lot of product, but like I said, you can like clean off your stencil and you get several prints from one sort of sitting, one session. So that's cool. I don't know that I want to add purple. I kind of want to keep this kind of in the neutral range. What about this one? This is the Splendor. This is an orange. Let's do that. Let's just go with it. Sometimes you have to change your plan. This is more like a steampunk color theme. Okay. And then let's try a little bit of flowage. Now all the openings don't have any paint in them yet, so let's add maybe some sienna would look good. That's in my secondary container. So is everybody ready for Christmas? I know I am not ready for Christmas. I am not. That's okay. So I'm trying to get something in every little spot, so I'm not watching chat here for a little bit. And let's add some copper. Pinata also has a nice copper too. Just going to bring this over just a smidge. Thanks, Deb. Trying to get that chick over here. Bonjour, Simone. How are you? Okay. So do a few little drippies of this one, the copper. Okay. I feel like this might look cool on craft paper, craft colored paper. Okay, let's get move this over here. Put this here, take this off, and then we'll do our trick with the quite a bit went underneath, I think, too. It doesn't, I'm not sure. Okay, let's pick this up. I'm just going to use, whoops, sorry, whoopsie. Oh yeah, we're going to use the tracing paper with this. We're going to try to do one of those stars. We'll see if it works. And we're going to use this blue-green iridescent. So I'm letting this dry before we take the stencil off. Now I'm not convinced I have all the openings full, but that's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, that's the blue-green PBO iridescent. That might be a good color to pick this up too, actually. Now, hopefully this doesn't get too wrinkly, because like I said, I want to try to make one of those stars. When I'm saying star, I mean like something like that. Or like so. This is the tracing paper. Actually, that's the other thing I wanted to link was the video with making that star. Hi, Lori. Okay, so that's on my list. Just gonna let that dry. Let's lift up these yummy things here. What if we I'm gonna cut my brayer off paper, which has the blue and the gold, and I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna spray this stencil off camera. And put it down. I'm gonna plop this on top. So that spray was alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, probably about 91 to 20% or so. Not 20, 91 to 99% is what I typically refill it with. And then I need something to protect my fingers. Okay. So that's what came off. And we could try to do a double dip to see if we can get a bit more. I should probably lift that up and spray it, but let's just I'm gonna turn it around. Nope, turn it this way. So I'm trying to get all that alcohol ink off the stencil. There we go, got a little bit more. Let's do, okay, I'm gonna lift it up this time. You can still see some of that gold on there too, right? Let's do a little bit here. A little bit here. So the baby wipe is just to protect my fingers. It's not really functioning. So there's our brayer off paper. It's kind of cool. Put that over here to dry. And then I do have some blue tissue paper we could use. Maybe do a rub off. And just cut off a piece of this. This is just regular wrapping tissue. I'm going to put it underneath. And then I'm going to spray this with the alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. Diane, that sounds like a really nice thing to do for Christmas. Okay, so we could maybe rotate it. Hi, Brenda. Did I say hi to you earlier? So depending on your stencil, you have to be careful how hard you rub, obviously. Because if you have, see, I mean, oh, well, that feels like alcohol ink there too. I think I'm going to spray this side and lay this down. Okay, I'm going to lift it up to spray it. Spray, spray, spray. Reactivate the alcohol ink. I'm going to put this back on here and see if we get. So this is the alcohol ink that had seeped underneath the stencil. It kind of never ends. All right, so with that, put that away. It's very subtle. One, put it aside to dry. That was on a light blue tracing paper. We're going to get some interesting designs there. So there's definitely more alcohol ink on there I could probably remove. Speaking of remove, ooh, let's remove this one. Actually, let's pull this up first and then put our pull color down. And while it's, see this one, see how it's the way there that's connected, you have to be a little bit careful. That's going to be cool as a ink off. All right. Yes, Diane says she likes to leave her alcohol ink on the stencils because then you get unexpected results with future printing. That is a very good point. You can definitely do that. All right, so this one, I said maybe pick it up on craft paper. And then I thought maybe it'd be cool to use this color. Remember, it's yellow because of the alcohol ink. No, let's use, just thinking. There's no gold on this, right? We did copper and we did a bunch of pearlescent colors, but we didn't do gold. Let's pick it up with gold onto a craft colored paper. Either we could do a paper bag or we could do a cardstock. I kind of like doing a paper bag, which is a bit tricky because it could wrinkle. So let's go for it. And I could do it. I could have done an ombre, the blue with the gold. That would have been cool. Let me just put my scissors. Oh, sorry. I hit you guys again. Put my scissors away. If you do it, the paint somewhat thin, it does help minimize the wrinkling of the paper, because sometimes it's all the water content that you're getting in the paper that causes the wrinkling. And I find with gold paint, where I live, it's quite dry. I have to put my paper down quickly. Bye, Janet. Take care. Yeah, you have to remember what the colors actually are, Rhonda, and not what it looks like. Now here it's not gonna pick up very well. And we're definitely gonna have wrinkles, so we're gonna have pieces of the craft color coming through, which we might like, we might not. Hi, Patty. Okay, so let's let that dry. I feel like I don't know if I got my paper on there quick enough. It feels like it might be too crackly, but we'll see. Okay, so let's pull this off. So that's got crackles on it, but I don't mind it. I think that's pretty. So there's that one. And because it's on tracing paper, I'm hoping you can kind of see through it, right? So if you glue that down, you'd want to glue it down on white. So you can see my hand underneath of it. So I'm thinking, should we try to make one of these stars with that? Let's do that after we get another print ready to pull. We can do that in the interim. All right, this one, let's do our cleanup. I'm going to cut this bag. Just cutting the paper bag to use for our cleanup print. Is it big enough? Not quite, but that's okay. Okay, let's spray that. So I'm going to lift it over there and spray it with my isopropyl alcohol. Give it a good, generous spray. Make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area. And then you can lift it, spray a bit more, push it down. I should be wearing gloves. Hope I'm not missing too much in chat. Has anyone seen the Tina Turner musical? I heard she has a musical. It's actually coming to our city, I think in February. Okay, so that's, and the nice thing too about alcohol ink as collage papers, even though it might not be light fast, is that it won't move with water. So I could use matte medium to glue this down on something and it's not going to move. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I always forget to give you guys like the close-up look of things. So let that dry. And then there's lots left on there. Let's use our gold. Let's use this gold tissue. Let me just cut this apart here. And I'm going to keep this one by itself. I'm not going to add to that one. This could even be like, this could be wrapping paper, right? Now, do we want to do, let's do a rub off. Like this was a rub off, let's do another rub off. Okay, I'm going to spray that. Spray that. Now it might move the alcohol ink that we have on there. Now, because these stencils that our PM Artist Studio made, they are made out of Yupo. So the Yupo does stain with the alcohol ink, so I don't know that I can get it all off. Like some stencils, you can get quite a bit of the alcohol ink off, but in this case, we're almost creating like an artwork of stained Yupo, aren't we? So that's very subtle. We could try, let's just spray it and push it down and see if we can get a bit more off. Just do that. We'll just do it on the back side, try to line it up. Do one quadrant at a time. So it's pretty endless what you can do with the alcohol inks with the gel plate. And another thing that I like using alcohol inks on the gel plate is because you're picking it up with acrylic paint, you can actually pick it up like right in a journal. So if you try to use alcohol ink right in a journal, it's gonna go through to the other side, just like if you're trying to color with Copic marker, it's gonna go through. Okay, let me get a piece of paper so you can see this. So that's what this looks like. So it's very faint, but if you keep adding and adding, you might end up with something interesting for a collage paper. So we're going to move that one out of the way and put that over here to dry. Okay. Where I feel like, oh yeah, we got that one drying. Okay, we got the 8x10 plate drying. Let's start something on here and then we'll see if we can fold this one up into a star. Everybody with the tour, how's it going? Okay, let's do let's use that. We haven't done any purples yet. You like that green tissue? Thanks. Thank you. This is tracing paper. So it's a little bit thicker than tissue. Let's do gold. And then we'll put the stencil down. Just for fun. Put it down this way. Okay, and then we'll do a little pickup over here. I'm gonna move this over this way a little bit, guys. Sorry. Oh, then my stupid camera is causing a shadow. I should. I visited my friend Linda. She had a really cool setup for her filming. I should try to get some extra light. So that's pretty. I like that. We'll leave the stencil down. Let's use some purples. We haven't done purples. I need some purples. Let's do this amethyst. I haven't used that one because it's in my other section. Purple. Amethyst. Let's do a little bit of spraying. And oh, so because I've used that to spray your other colors, I'm going to spray this and kind of wipe it off a bit. A little bit, so it might still have some stuff on there. Okay. So a little base of amethyst. Remember, we have a gold under there too. All right. Hi, Gina. Hi, Sherry. All right, so that was amethyst. What else? I'm looking at my swatches. Ooh, pitch black is a cool one. That might look good next to the gold. So this pitch black separates into some nice sort of pinks. It's like a purpley black. Ooh. And then let's just do the blower. Let's do a little bit of a spritz. Where's my spritzer? What kind of bubbles? It's kind of cool. Let's do like a light. Let's do the amethyst again, and then spray it with the alcohol ink, and then we'll do a little bit of that, a light blue. So there's the amethyst. And we only used the lift off ink once. I was hoping to do more of that, but we'll see. And then a light blue. I think the patina is the lightest blue I have. That's mermaid. The patina. So this is the patina here. It's quite a light. I didn't label it, but that's patina. Hi, K-Berg. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of this. And then we'll do a spray, and then we're going to let it dry. So just a little, just to make it go a little bit mottled. Okay, so let's let that dry. Just going to slide it over here. And then this is the purple lid. Let's cut this and see if we can make a little Christmas star, like one of these. So I'm just going to cut it by hand. You probably want it quite square, but I'm just going to use the edges of the plate to be my guide, and we can maybe square it up after. So we got lots of snow here. We'll definitely have a white Christmas. Okay, so this one starts with a rectangle. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. You fold it in half like this. And then you fold it in half this way, I think. And then you accordion it so that you have 3 folds here. So basically you kind of go like that. So you accordion that. And then you accordion the other side. Okay. And then you snip it on the end that has like the openings. You guys probably all know how to do this. Hello, Sherry. And then you cut off on an angle, about an inch or so. And then these leftover things, you can use that in your journals, right? You could glue those down. That'll make a cool border. Okay, now you open this up. Okay, and then you, right, then you do, so you have like a fold, and you have, oh wait, yeah, you open it up. And then each section you accordion fold into 3 again. So you do like a third, a third. I'm not a professional at this. Hi, Jolu. Not an expert. I need to keep that post-it I had last time. Not an expert. 2, 3. So we're just doing this while one of our prints is drying, just to have something like a finished product, finished item. Ooh, my shoulder just cracked. Did you hear that? It's time for me to stand. That's what my watch is saying. My watch is saying, stand up, you lazy bum. Looks like shiburi folding. Well, that's cool. I do want to try some shiburi dyeing. That's one of the instructions on that marbling kit I used last time. It does have some shiburi dyeing tips. Okay, so now you fold it in half again. So you have this accordion section, and then you fold it. You find your halfway point again, which is hard with this paper because it's not. Okay, and then she just used a stapler to staple the center. Okay. I'm cracking up. Is it my volume? And then you just glue it. You glue the two end pieces together. And then you can attach a string. So you glue this. I have to glue these two together. And these two together. So let me get some glue. I got some nice thing about the glitter glue. I just bought some new glitter glue because my old one had gone bad. Nice thing about it is that it dries pretty fast. So when I did these little trial pieces, I just held it together. I just kind of refolded it like that. But you don't want it to glue the whole thing together. Okay. Where's my glue section? Right here. So here, see how it's kind of gluing together there. I don't want that to stick. There we go. Oh, it's glued. There we go. I just got the two pieces together. And then here I can add some string if I want to have it like an ornament. Oh, my shoulder. Yes, my shoulder is cracking up. I had frozen shoulder a few years ago on one, well, I think it's more than a few years ago now, on one side, and then I finally got over it. It takes about a year to get over frozen shoulder. And then the other shoulder went. I just cried and cried and cried. I was so upset. Okay, so I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to put the glue on here. And on here, on the other side. And I'm going to stick my string on. And I'm going to fold it. I'm going to give it a good pinch. Yeah, I was very upset. So the second time I went to, they had a new procedure where I had a cortisone shot. The first time I didn't really do anything, but the second time they had a new procedure where they inject in cortisone and some freezing, and then they basically, while you're frozen, they move your shoulder, and then you go straight to physio while you're still frozen, and they keep moving your shoulder And then you have to move your shoulder while you're recuperating. You have to move it every hour. You have to like sit on the ground and like do some exercises. So there's my little star. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. So there's the star. And then if we, I don't know if you guys can see that it's kind of see-through. So I think that would make a cute little decoration up in my window. I could put one of these embellishments on it. So this is a Stampin' Up embellishment. It's really pretty. I don't think they have it currently. I think I bought this a couple years ago. I just never used it all. So I could put that on there. And then on this one, I added a wax seal with that I did with some gold glue. But on this one, you could even just add a gem, right? What do you guys think? So I could glue that on. I think hot glue would work better than this glue. Actually, I gotta cover my, uh-oh. Where's my pin? Where did I put it? Uh-oh. I lost it. Do you guys see where I put it? Did I put it on the right side or the left side? So that's why I thought that stencil would be cute, because it kind of has like little lines on it. So I can finish that up later. And maybe I would put like a rhinestone in the middle, or like a little pearl. Hi, Messy Diane. Okay, so that's that. Let's pull this one here. Let's move this over. So that one we put the gold paint down first. And it looks muddy, I think, because the base plate is yellow. So I found my pin. I'm going to put it in the edge here. I have to get a new tip because this one's not, the pin broke. It's not staying in there. Okay, so what are we going to pull that with? We already have gold. We could pull it with, no, I don't want to pull it black because then we won't see the purple. Let's pull it with metallic white. And let's pull it on just regular copy paper. Okay. Oh, bye, Colleen. I missed that. You have an appointment to go to. Good luck with your appointment. Good luck with your appointment. And this is just regular copy paper. Maybe what we can do is when I pull it, we can do the extra over there, or maybe we do it on that piece of gold. Add layers to that. Okay, let's pull our 8x10. There's so many things you can do with alcohol inks on the gel plate. Like, honestly, this is just tip of the iceberg. So this was on a paper bag because I thought the craft color would look nice. And the few spots didn't pull up, but I'm not going to get too worried. Like I said, it felt like I hadn't put it on fast enough. So this one we pulled with the gold color. So I'll bring you up. This one had sort of more natural type of colors. It had the celestial blue, which is an iridescent blue. It had the ember. So let's look at this sheet here. So it had the celestial blue, the no, this is the smolder, and I think we used this one, mineral, and we used the orange, the splendor. And we used the mermaid or patina color, I can't remember. So there we go. And I like it, I don't mind the craft showing through because I like the combination of shiny and non-shiny. Hi, Chiquita. Thank you. So that's the browns and blue. We're kind of hitting all the color combos here. All right, let's do this. Let's add this to here, which has the shiny side. This is the shiny side. Okay, I'm going to spray this off camera with my isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to slap this on top. And this was only on the 5x7 plate, right? So I think I'll pounce instead of wiping because I was kind of smudging the ink. Do that. So this had the black and the purple and a bit of the patina, right? While it's wet, it comes off without ripping a bit better. So that's, we've got different layers on there, but I like that this last layer is nice and dark. It gives us a bit more contrast. And the edges are a bit fuzzy, which I like. So we'll let that dry. And there's still lots more on here, so let's just cut this off here. I'm just cutting the extra paper off this. And then, or let's do a flop off. Let's see if we can get some of this ink to transfer back to the gel plate. Maybe line it up with where it was before. Sure. Let's try it. Never know. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Chiquita. Thanks, Missy Di. And Sherry. Hello, Juliet. So there, did transfer. So we're going to let that dry. Maybe we can get a bit over here. To each little corner, maybe. Ooh, another color I like to use to pick up alcohol ink is like an orange metallic. That would look cool with this one, I think. Just trying to get some more of that grunginess off. So I'm spraying my stencil off camera behind me. And then I'm squishing it down just part way. That black keeps giving. I like it. I do like the stencil that I designed. It has lots of different shapes. Like, I don't use triangles that much, and this is a cool way. It's got arches and triangles, diamonds. That's pretty just like that. I like the patina on there. You guys can see those colors. That's yummy. Maggie asked, do I use a separate plate? I do. I use a separate plate for my alcohol inks because it makes the plate yellow. So I have this 8x10, a 5x7, and this round one, which we didn't use today, that are quite yellow. So I try to not use alcohol inks on my other plates. I find I can use pan pastel on my other plates because the pan pastel wipes off with baby oil quite readily, but the alcohol ink does not. It looks like a roller coaster. I like that interpretation. All right, let's see if this one's ready. Sherry thinks it looks like a church window. All right, so this is the one that we had the gold paint down first, then the stencil, and then we added the amethyst and the pitch black and a bit of the patina. So I like that a lot. I think that's really cool. And you can see a bit of the speckling from when I sprayed the alcohol ink with just the isopropyl alcohol. The random green strip from what was on the plate before. And it's gold, but then we picked it up with the metallic white. So where the gold isn't showing through very much, we still have a bit of metallic color from the metallic white. So the pitch black is one of my favorite alcohol inks, actually. That's how, hi Tammy, that's how I did. See, this guy here was a stamp off of just plain alcohol ink on the gel plate, and then a spritz, and then using the alcohol lift ink and this stamp to stamp it onto paper. So I did that. I did demonstrate that in one of my lives. Initially, I'd done it on stream with Kathy Bird and Colleen and Brooke, Recreations Brooke. So that we could try to make a star. The only thing is it's not quite centered, so I'd probably cut it so that it maybe be, so that this would be the center part of the star. So it would be more symmetrical to make like this little, like this type of star. And it wouldn't be see-through though, because this is on copy paper. This is on tracing paper. So, okay. Great stamp for a card thing. Yeah, I think it's a Dina Wakley stamp. Oh, Tammy won that. Yeah, you won that in the, I don't remember which stream it was, Tammy, but Tammy won a couple, I sent her a couple of those universal men, we'll call them. Diane used alcohol inks on the glass bead gel using a stained glass stencil. Worked great. That sounds very interesting. Diane, girl, you need to start making videos. You need to start streaming. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's pick this up with, I'm thinking we'd do an ombre. We haven't really done an ombre yet today. We could use this blue. Oh, I was going to use the orange, the metallic orange. Let's get the metallic orange out. And let's do blue to orange ombre. Should we do it this way or should we do it this way? Orange with blue. Let's do blue with orange on either side. Diane says her mouth is too unpredictable. Tammy bought the stamp after. He's a retired stamp. Yeah, I got mine from a yard sale from a friend of mine. I have to take another sip of water. Sorry guys, my mouth is just really dry. Okay, let's pick this up. let's just do it on regular paper. We'll do it on the 32 pound. Okay, so we're gonna do blue in the middle. We're gonna do an ombre. Ombre. I can't finish a stream without having done an ombre, right? Ooh, that's maybe too much. We'll see how that looks. I did want to do more alcohol lift ink today, but I did not get to it, did I? Just put this scissor away, make room for my brayer off. Okay, I'll start in the middle. Back and forth, back and forth. I've got too much orange on the left side. So orange and blue make brown, right? Oh, a piece of hair. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's on the roller now. Got a piece of hair stuck in there. There we go. Okay, hopefully that didn't take up too much time. And things start drying when you take too much time. Okay, let's put that on. I should get one of those placement tools. See people, they have those like placement tools and you can put your paper and have it nice and centered. I always have to just cut out my prints. Okay, I'm going to split my hands. And then, how are we doing for time? We're doing pretty good. I think this will be our last pull. We'll do a review of the prints that we did today and take any questions or comments. Okay, I'll let that dry. Let's do a review while we're waiting for that. This would make a good painty paper right here. All the leftover edges from when we were wiping, using the ink on the spray on the stencils, and all the little bits from the edge of the stencil lines went onto here. So that's kind of cool. So I would definitely cut that up and use it in collage. I'm just going to turn this over for purposes of the review. Okay, so the first print we did, which was a while ago, was this one. This is probably my favorite one. So we used the black on the plate, put our stencil on to preserve that black, picked up the black from the spaces, put our alcohol ink, stamped off using the alcohol lift ink with this music stamp, and then we let it dry, and then we pulled it with gold. So I think that was pretty successful. I like that. Okay, so that's stamp print number 1. And then when we cleaned up the stencil, this is the main cleanup we did with just on the gold wrapping tissue. So that's very pretty. Now the edges are a little bit blurrier because the spray of the alcohol ink kind of spreads a little bit. Okay, so that was our first set. I believe our next set, I don't know if I'm right or not, I think it was, so that was with, sorry, that first one was with this stencil, which is, I have the label for it somewhere, is this one here from P. Studio, Lucky Loops. And then the next one, oh, we also had this from that pull, this one. That was when we pulled off the paint from the spaces. Okay, and then the next one we used was this Wonky O's stencil. wonky blocks. Sorry, not wonky-os. Wonky-os is a different stencil I have that Didi used recently. So wonky blocks. And one of the ones we did with that was what we used to make our little star on tissue paper. So this was the main print on tracing paper, not tissue paper, on tracing paper. So that's what we did. So I think you can see, I don't know if you can see how the light comes through it. I think that would, I think I'll put that somewhere where the light's gonna go through it. And then our cleanup prints, we got this, we took the ink off onto a brayer off. Oh, thanks, Lady J. That's so sweet. And then we did a brayer, we did a wipe off, and then we did just the stencil lines onto some blue tissue paper. Thank you so much, Jean. You're so sweet. Oops. Okay. I really appreciate that. I'm going to give you a little heart. Thank you. What else? And then we did, I think that's it for the wonky block. And then we did a couple different things with this, with the suspension and eye. Suspension and eye. We did, what was the first thing we did? I think we did this one. So we used some pearlescent alcohol inks. We did the gold paint, or did we pick it up with gold? I think we picked it up with gold. So we did just the inks through the stencil, the celestial, I can't remember the name, celestial, smolder, mineral, and splendor. So we used these four plus a blue. I think it was a mermaid blue, and then we picked it up with the gold paint. I think it was this one. It might have been this one. I don't remember. Iridescent precious gold or iridescent gold, PBO. And then we picked up with that on this paper bag. So that makes a good collage paper. It's nice and thin. And then for the cleanup, I don't remember the order we did it, but that was the cleanup on the rest of the paper bag. This was some of the extra pulls we did in between. This was a cleanup, multi-layered cleanup from most of the pulls today. Lori says she thinks it was the darker gold. Yeah, probably. I think this is the darker gold and that's the light gold. Yeah, I think you're right, Lori. So that's the lighter gold that we used to pick up the leftover music that we off stamped. And then that was the gold, the darker gold, I think. And then we did this one using the gold, then the stencil, then pick up through the openings. And then we used the pitch black, the amethyst, and a bit of the patina color, spritz with the alcohol spray to cause these little dots. And then we picked it up with the metallic white. This is why everybody should record what they do, even if you don't stream it, because then you can remember how you did something. You can watch the playback. Okay, and then we have one more pull left to do, right? And then we have our little leftovers there. Okay, let's pull our last one. Oh, Tammy, that is so sweet. Merry Dogmas, Lucy, from your friends Coco and Sia. Aw, that's very sweet. Thank you so much, Tammy. Yeah, Chiquita, like you can record your own, like you can keep it for yourself, right? You can record to YouTube and keep it private. You don't have to make it public. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents. So this was the leftover inks from that were on this stencil that some didn't was where it didn't pull up, and then some was we took this leftover and plopped it on there. And then we picked it up with the blue and the metallic orange, and I love that interim color that we got between that blue and the metallic orange. That is gorgioso, in my opinion. Look at that. It's like the alcohol ink is very subtle. It's got sort of a washy feeling because we used the leftover alcohol ink from the stencil. And then we got little bits of chunkiness that was from the other pull that didn't pull up. And I really like that pitch black. I love how it separates into the purplies, and so that I like it. Cool. So I think my favorites from today were this one and this one and our little star. I think those were my favorites. So just do that. Put the edges down, and then I'll throw some of the bottles, and that'll be, I think we'll make that something like that our thumbnail today. I don't know. Is it called shine or is it called sheen? I think in this case it's more of a sheen. I think with the gold it's more of a shine, but that's my opinion. Becky says it looks like fabric. Yeah, almost like batik, right? Yeah, it's cool. Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, Lori. Diane, you'd frame this one? I don't know if that's frame worthy like that. I think this one's frame worthy. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's going to go in my Christmas journal. So thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for your time and your encouragement. I really appreciate it. Big thank you to Lady Jan and Tammy for your beautiful, generous super chats. I think they were for Lucy. Lucy says thank you for the super chats. And thank you to my mods, Dar and Lori and Janet, who was here earlier. Hi, Raul. Batik is an Indonesian textile art. Yeah. So speaking of Raul, he is organizing the January Streamathon, New Year's Streamathon. I'm going to be on New Year's Day at 3 Eastern. And then for the rest of 2025, I'm hoping that I will be doing my streams at 3 o'clock instead of 2:30 Eastern. And but for the rest of the year, so for the rest of December, I'm going to stick to my 2:30 time on Wednesdays. But in 2025, I'm going to move to 3, I think. Yes, Chiquita, Rules organizing a streamathon. And I don't know what I'm doing next week. I know I'm doing on the 18th, which I don't think is a Wednesday. I'm going to be releasing a video for Darcy's prompts, her December prompts. I can't remember the name of the hashtag, but I'll be releasing something for that. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much for stopping by to my house. Bye.